I want you to write a love letter to yourself. Hi, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for joining me today. For those of you who don't know me, I am Dr. Santina or Tina Wheat. I'm an academic family physician and a career and life coach who is focused on supporting healthcare workers control their chaos and move to calm. I help them rediscover their purpose so that they can increase their balance and joy both at work and at home. Now, Valentine's Day is all about love, but today I want to flip the script a little bit. We spend so much time celebrating love for others, our partners, our friends, and our family, but how do we stop to celebrate the love for ourselves? As a family physician and a career and life coach, I work with so many healthcare professionals who give so much of themselves. And I have been there. I used to believe my needs should come last, but I learned a valuable lesson. Loving yourself is not selfish. It is necessary. And that is why today's focus is remembering to love yourself this Valentine's Day. So let's start with talking about the struggle to prioritize ourselves. Now, for years, I thought that being a good doctor, a good mom, and a good wife meant I had to put everyone else first. I bet many of you can relate. But that mindset led me straight to burnout. I was exhausted, overwhelmed, and losing joy in the things that once made me happy. And I realized that something had to change. And the truth is, taking care of yourself isn't about taking away from others. It is about ensuring you have the energy, the presence, and the joy to show up fully in your life. Think about it. How often do we say, I just don't have time for myself? Or, I'll take care of me after I take care of everything else. But that after just never comes, right? Let me ask you this. Have you ever had a moment where you felt like you were running on empty? Maybe you were irritable, exhausted, or just felt like you had nothing left to give? That is your body and mind screaming for attention. So we need to remember that we need to include ourselves in our priorities. So let's now talk about how you can do that. How do you show yourself that love? Not just in theory, but in real life. Let me share a few steps that you can take. Let's start with number one. Find the rituals that work for you. For me, those rituals are reading, crafting, and working out. These are my non-negotiables, things that make me feel like me again. I used to feel guilty for taking the time for myself, but I realized that these activities are not just hobbies. They help me recharge so that I can show up better for myself and for everyone else. What about you? What are some of your feel-good rituals? I hope you'll share them in the comments. Maybe it's journaling, walking, or even listening to your favorite music. Whatever it is, own it and make time for it. Okay, the second strategy is to regularly check in with yourself. Life is constantly shifting, and what worked last month might not work today. I have learned to pause and ask myself, are my actions aligning with my priorities? Am I taking time for what truly matters? A great way to do this is simply setting reminders. Put a notification on your phone that reminds you to ask yourself, how are you feeling right now? Or have you taken a deep breath today? Another great tool is journaling. Even if it's just 1 or 2 sentences a day, write down how you're feeling or what you need. Sometimes seeing it on paper just makes it more real. The third strategy is to make time for what fulfills you. Spending quality times with my daughter and my husband is a non-negotiable for me. Those things fulfill me. I also carve out space for my creative projects because they bring me joy. And sometimes those creative projects are work related and they still bring me joy. I want you to think about something you used to love doing but haven't made time for. Maybe it's painting, dancing, or playing music. Now think about how you can reintroduce that into your life, even in a small way. It doesn't have to be huge. Maybe 5 minutes of stretching or listening to a podcast that makes you laugh on your way to work. Those small moments all add up. Okay, strategy number 4 is to honor your basic needs. Now, let's talk about sleep. It is not a luxury, it is a requirement. Rest, pause, and reset when it's needed. I used to wear exhaustion like a badge of honor, but now I see that prioritizing rest makes me more effective in every aspect of my life. And it's not just sleep. Sleep, hydration, nutrition, these are the foundations of self care. If you are running on caffeine and adrenaline, your body will eventually push back. Okay, my final strategy for just today is set boundaries and learn to say no. And we all know that this one is huge. If we don't set boundaries, the world will set them for us. Now, saying no doesn't mean you don't care. It means that you are making room for the things that matter most. It also means that you will have the time and the space to do those things well. I have learned that setting boundaries actually strengthens relationships. It creates clarity, mutual respect, and it prevents resentment. I challenge you to practice this today. Say no to something that doesn't serve you, even if it's just one thing. Now, the power of choosing yourself is really important. It took me a long time to understand that prioritizing myself didn't mean that I was neglecting others. It meant I was showing up for them from a place of wholeness, not from a place of depletion. So, as you celebrate Valentine's Day, I challenge you, what is one way that you can love yourself on this special day? And I hope you will share it in the comments or say it out loud right now. And I actually want you to write it down for yourself. Write yourself a letter to record how you are going to prioritize or love yourself. You can handwrite yourself a letter, write it in your physical or electronic journal, or you can use a service like Future Me to share a letter with yourself. Now, if this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. And if you want to dive deeper into this topic, check out my blog, which I've linked in the description. If you would like some support in getting your life from chaos to calm, I hope you will reach out. Thank you for spending your time with me today. Here's to loving you this Valentine's Day and beyond. I'll see you next time.